So this is the final project for the PPPs program from the World Bank Group. How can PPPs help deliver better services? So the final project, I chose this title for the project, Brazilian PPPs in Municipalities Education. I chose this one because I believe that there may be some good opportunities in terms of providing education infrastructure, but also services in this area. So the summary of this presentation is based on four questions that I've made following all the summary that we had for the final project. What is the infrastructure problem that PPP is trying to solve? What services are to be provided and how? And are these services affordable? Question 3. What are the reasons that the private sector would want to participate, and how should these risks be allocated? First of all, in terms of education, to answer the first question is, what is the infrastructure problem that the PPP is trying to solve? The answer is offer of public schools in terms of infrastructure and obviously in terms of services. And our focus here is in the municipal level is on elementary and high school. The second question is what services are to be provided and are these services affordable? The first question about the services, there must be a split here. Educational services, pedagogical and teaching, including professionals, are provided by the municipality, and infrastructure, including construction and non-pedagogical services, cleaning and maintenance, for example, are provided by the private sector. The next slide is still in question 2, and are those services affordable? The question is yes, and obviously in this kind of project, a value for money analysis that must be proven, that must prove this point, but in general they are, because we're going to answer this in the next one. So the question 3 is, what are the reasons that the private sector would want to participate on those kind of services? First of all, it's a public service that is essential to the population. The second reason is guarantees and revenues. Although most of the funds to education are linked funds, very low demand risk, because most of these investments and most of these users are users that the public sector will pay. And the fourth one is the private sector expertise in building and designing those equipments. And the last question is, how should those risks be allocated? We had three answers to this issue. Best able to control the likelihood of the risk occurring. For example, here we're using the chart of a project construction, because if they have more experience in this area, it means that they should bear the cost of transportation, cost overruns or delays. That's the case in our project. The private sector can hold this risk. The second answer is best able to control the impact of the risk on project outcomes by asserting and anticipating a risk well and responding to it. So who should hold this risk? It depends on how which one can best control the impact of the risk on the project outcomes. And the third one, able to absorb the risk at lowest cost if the likelihood and impact of the risk cannot be controlled. A party's cost of absorbing a risk depends on several factors, including the extent to which the risk is correlated with its other assets and liabilities, its ability to pass the risk on, and the nature of its ultimate risk bearers. So those are the main answers to this project. I hope I can give you a good idea of this special project, and that's it.